Why, hello everyone, it's me, Smooth Brain here, and today I'm super excited because I have the new Blend Bunny collection. Oh my god, this is so cool. I can't wait to tell you. So it's Blend Bunny by May Peng. I don't know May Peng. I might start following her though because she looks super cool. Does some really neat looks. And the palette itself is called Rotten, and it has 20 matte shades, and it has this like fuzzy feeling to the mushrooms or whatever they are there. So that's kind of neat. Maybe it'll make it so it gets more dirty, but I really do like that, and I might actually keep the box for this one. So this comes with this 20 matte shade palette, and I also picked up a bunch of iridescent shades called the Efflorescence palette, and it has 6 iridescent shades that you can use with this Rotten palette. And then finally, there's a lip glaze called Blue Tears, and that looks like this in this little blue box. And oh my gosh, this is so cute. It's like an iridescent or even like holographic maybe lip glaze with some blue and green and purple in there, and I just want to put it on right away. So let's put that on first. The doe foot is nice and fat. I like a fat doe foot. That's what she said. And yeah. It is quite sticky. And it looks quite nice on the lips. So I need some, I've already put some primer on, and I need some foundation. I'm going to use this little sample of Haus Labs that I had earlier. I told you about $5.95 for a 3-pack, and it's a good time to try it out in case you want to get a full bottle for the Sephora sale, which is what I'm doing. This is in 160 neutral, and it's very thin. It's a nice thin but coverage, and I love this. This is my new favorite, and since I had been trying out the Shape Tape one, this is going to be a welcome difference from that. The Shape Tape one from Tarte is thick and goopy. It just looks like I have foundation all over my face. It's cakey. It does not look nice in my opinion, but this one looks beautiful. I'm going to put that on using my brush to really pat it in, because that's what you want to do, pat it into your skin. Buff and pat, pat and buff. And if you like a full foundation, maybe you'd like the Shape Tape, but I like a light to medium coverage, so I do think this one has medium coverage, but it doesn't feel like you have a lot on your face, which is delightful. Okay, let's do this and look at this Rotten palette. So the box itself has the inner bubble wrap in it, and the palette also has the fuzzy texture on it with the mushrooms or whatever. They're supposed to be molds. And inside we have the little plastic thingy, we have a full mirror, and here is the beautiful palette. Lots of pretty jewel-toned colors, perfect for fall. Let's do some swatches. So we have a white called Oxygen, a light blue called Spoil, a light yellow called Asper, like Aspergillus, and a light peach called Neo. And then we also have, and I'll put this on my thumb, a very pretty, I like this color, called Whisper, which is like a light taupe. Yeah, that taupe is very lavender leaning. I'm going to actually build it up a little bit. Okay, next we have this gorgeous like army green, like grungy, mossy green called Velvet. We have a gold colored called Serpula. Serpula. We all need a little Serpula. And then we have a brown, rusty brown called Veil, and a chocolate brown called Histo. And then maybe like a lovely, beautiful, deeper blue called Mildew. That color Mildew sure is a pretty one. There's Mildew on my thumb. Okay, 2 more rows. I'm going to show you this first row first. These are the first 2 rows of 4, the first 10 colors. Really pretty. The first row here is very much pastel row, and then it goes into those more jewel tones of fall. Okay, the next 10 shades continue with some jewel tones as well as some deep neutrals. The first color is called Stain. It's a hot pink. Then Acrimonium, which is another pastel. It's a very light pink. Then an orange, glad I didn't ask you about that orange, called Spora. A dark gray called Organic. And then on my thumb will be a caramely brown called Fusarum. And these are those colors. Okay, the next 5 and final colors, there's a very pretty spring green here called Derma, which could also be considered a pastel. There is a color called Marrow, which is like a reddish brown. There's a very light pastel blue called Damp. We hate when things are damp. The only thing worse than damp is moist. And then there's the color ULO. I don't know if you say that ULO or ULO, which is a dark brown. And then there's like a black here called Humid. Oh, I do like that Derma. There's not many colors I have like that. The Marrow color is very much like a dried blood color. And I will show you what those look like right now on my arm. Again, really pretty, a mix of some pastels as well as jewel tones, and then it goes into those darker, more neutral tones. Okay, next we have the Fluorescence palette. No fuzzies on this, so that means nothing's growing. That's good. And the Fluorescence palette, let me get that open. Sorry, the Efflorescence palette has those 6 shimmery shades. So let's look what that looks like. Okay, and it has a little protector sleeve on it. It also has a mirror, which is very nice. And you can see there's these fluorescent colors. So I'm going to swatch them all out. It looks like it's rainbow fluorescences, efflorescences. The first one is Loom, which looks like it has a blue shift. Then Floret, which has a pink shift. Bloom, which has a yellow shift. Wine, which has a greenish gold shift. There's the first 4 of those. Yeah, that Wen is really gold. And then we have 2 more, Lichen and Ripe. Because no one likes a fruit that is not ripe. So Lichen looks like it's a green shift. And Ripe looks like it's a blue teal shift. Here's those 2. Okay, so let's look at those on my arm. Okay, I'm zoomed all the way in, and I will say I already have like a dog fur or something on my lip from the lip gloss, and the lip gloss does feel quite sticky on my lips. So maybe not a thumbs up on that for me. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. Okay. So I think what I'm going to start with is this Derma Green. I want to play with this color. And I kind of want to play with Veil here. And maybe the orange Spora. And then maybe we'll use one of these pretty pastels in my corner. So let's put Derma. Not much kick up in the pan, that's nice. Oh, I forgot to prime my eyes, so hold while I prime my eyes. And now let's use the green. And we'll see what we can do here. I want to use this Derma, and I want to put it in the corner here. That is really pretty. And then I think I'm going to use, for my next color, Veil, which is that brownish color in the crease here. Because green and brown go just as well as green and yellow and brown. So let's put that again, and we'll just blend it. And then for in the outer corner, I think what I'm going to do is go into this color Marrow, which was that reddish brown, and you'll be able to see the difference too from the Veil to the reddish brown. Yeah, it gets a lot more reddy. They are quite close on the eye though. What do you guys think? Do you think they're too close to one another? I do feel this is much more maroon than the other color. The other color is much more straight brown. And I'm going to blend it. And then I think, I said orange, but I think I'm going to go with the yellow Serpula, which is a gold yellow, and put that right here. That doesn't seem as pigmented to me. That looks nice. Just going to brighten up the marrow again. Just dot it along here. And then just to try everything out, I'm going to take this color Organic, which is this gray. It has a little bit of blue in the gray. And I am going to put that on my lower lash line. I mean, that really kind of finishes it off. These did blend very nicely. I'm just going to use this one that I used for the green to really just blend it out here. Hold the very tip end of your brush, and that will allow you much more blending control. It's going to make the blend much smoother. And you know what? I am going to take some of this very light pale yellow Asper, and I'm going to put that on my brow bone. And out past this. Man, that's pretty. I mean, you could do a nice spring look with this using just the pastels, but right now I'm looking at just making this really blended look with different colors. Okay, let's put a little bit of the white in my inner corner. I mean, if you want a full matte look, this is the way to go. This is just, they blend very smoothly. They look really good together. The color story is very unique. I actually love it. So let's put on just a little bit of sparkle, but I would leave it like this if I was going out. I'd just leave it like this. And I think what I'm going to use is this green sparkle, which is Lichen. Wow. I mean, that's gorgeous. I thought I wouldn't like it any better with the sparkle, but I just love that. I think this look is one of my favorite looks I've created thus far. Okay, what I'm going to do next is go ahead and put on some other things. Let's see, we need a blush, and I think I'm going to go with maybe a like skin tone blush. Maybe we'll do something like that. I will be right back, and I'll let you know everything else I used, and you guys can let me know if you like this look or not. Did you get this palette? Did you get the sparkles that come with it? Because the sparkles are really good. And what you think of this lip gloss, and I'll let you know what I think too. So here's the finished look. What do you guys think? I am in love with this palette. I love this burgundy color over here. And with the greens and the yellows, it pops. And I left one eye matte so you guys can see the difference between the matte look and the shimmery look. Which do you like better? I think, one thing you can do is if you're going out at night, but you have something during the day as well, do the matte look for the day, and then at night you can just top it with that shimmer, just touch it up, and you are good to go. So let me show you everything else I use besides these palettes. So first of all, for my highlighter, I use the color Fluorette. So these can all be used for highlighters as well. Let me zoom in so you can see a little better. So there's the color Fluorette. There it is on the other cheek. Turn your other cheek too. And then we have the lip, what do they call this again? Lip glaze. And the glaze is nice, but it's a little thick. I feel like I'm getting stuff stuck to my lips. But it's a pretty color. It's very sheer. You could wear this on top of a lipstick if you wanted. And then for my blush, I used the color, I have it under here. I used something from the Gothic Romance blush palette. Love this stuff from Unearthly. I figured that this color would go perfect with the look. It's called Buried Letters. And buried letters go like moldy and mildewy anyway, so you might as well put some buried letters on your cheek. And I do really feel that this color is just like a perfect, neutral to be worn with this palette. It has that like fall look to it, really pretty. And you can use other colors from this palette too, like this deeper one or the purple. Even the orange would go really well, I think. So don't forget your other palettes when you're looking to put other things on your face. For my lashes today, I tried out a new mascara, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed. This is by Essence, which is a drugstore brand, and I've heard great things about their mascara forever now, but I've never tried it. It lengthens like something. It's very, I think my lashes look really long. And I only have one coat on, so, and I don't have falsies on either, so. Yeah, it lengthens, it's very dark, it's in the color black, I'm sure it's called False Lash Effect. This is a nice mascara. Now, I don't know if it runs or not, so I'm going to have to test it out and see if it runs, but because I do have, like, my eyes just instantly melt mascara for some reason, so yeah. And then for my eyebrows, today I use the Sigma tint and, where is it? Here, no, that's not it. It's called the Sigma tint and something, and it's in a very dark color, so that's the only thing. I like this type of formula where you just brush it through your eyebrows, but unfortunately it's very dark. So it's called the Sigma Tint and Tame Brow Gel, and it is in a very dark color. It's that dark brown color you can see on the lid right there. That color is called, I think it's just called Dark, to be honest. So if I were to get this, I don't mind the formula at all, and I do like these kind of swipe it through your black brows real quick, and it gives you a nice quick look if you're in a rush, or even if you just don't like to fuss with your brows too much. These kind of gels are great. Kosas makes a great one too. I would just get lighter brown in this the next time, I think. But it doesn't look bad, so. Anyway, the star of the show was this Rotten palette. I can't say enough good things about this palette. I've always loved Blend Bunny's formula, but this is just the color story. It's just gorgeous. And I think that May did a really phenomenal job in picking out the colors. If you don't want to get the efflorescence, don't, but you know, it does add a pop if you want to go ahead and put that pop on top of your matte look. Anyway, if you guys could subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. It's really helping out my channel. Thank you for everyone who already did. Feel free to leave a like if you like this video, and feel free to leave a comment about what you didn't like if you don't like something. I'm always up for constructive criticism. Anyway, don't be sad, be happy, and remember, I will talk to you soon. Bye.